If you're watching this video, you probably have a broken HFC-made Daisy Airstrike 240, SNR Industries 1800, or this could be used for really any HFC gun really, because they're all so similar. You've probably got an Airstrike 240, it doesn't fire, or the BBs maybe go 5 feet and then they die, kind of drop off. And I'm going to go over today a few of those things, and then I'm going to show you how to fix them. The most common thing I've seen with these guns is that the hop-up bucking dies from old age, and it's only HFC that does that, or anything that uses the HFC system. Not all these are made by HFC. This one's made in China by who I don't know. China, Taiwan, HFC. But the Airstrike and these SNR guns are probably the ones that suffer from it the most. What the hop-up packing does is that when the air nozzle fires and it shoots all that air that's supposed to be going into the BB, if the rubber part that the air is going into is cracked or dry, it's not going to hold all the air in, it's going to leak, and then the pellet isn't going to go as far as it would normally. And then, worst case scenario, it's so damaged that it's just literally cracking and falling apart inside the gun, and you have to get a new one, otherwise this gun is completely dead. So, we'll start off with talking about that. So these are the offending parts, and this one came from an HFC M9, and this one came from an HFC 1911. And when I squeeze them and roll them around in my finger, they are flexible, and they come back to form. They don't crack or break up or anything, and then this one's doing the same. It's in good shape. If yours looks like any of these, which is what happens when a bad one is crushed with your fingers, you definitely need a new one. So there's also the piston-head O-ring. It's not quite as common for these to go bad, but I think if one went bad for the inner barrel, then it's possible that your piston-head cup is bad too. Pull it off, squeeze it, or try squeezing the wings. Make sure it's nice and pliable, and then put it back on. And then now I'm going to show you how to change these out. The only difference between the two of these is that one of them has no ridge, and this one has like a sort of ring around the top like you can see, and this one doesn't. So I'm not sure if they're compatible or not, but the HFC M9s for like the Daisy Airstrike 40 or 240, they have this kind, and the 1911s, which are a bit harder to find, have the black one. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to get access to that inner barrel where you're going to change the hop-up packing. And how you do that is you want to press this button right here, press it, hold it, and then while you're doing that, while you're holding it down, you're going to rotate the takedown lever clockwise until it stops, and then you're going to press that little button underneath. You're going to press it inwards, and then you're going to pull out on the other side that little button, and then that's going to get this spring and takedown lever pin. Put it to the side, don't lose it, and then you're going to pull out the takedown lever towards you. Or, no, you're going to, forget, you can't push this one out. So you're going to push on this circular pin right below my finger. You're going to push on that, and then once you've pushed it enough, you're just going to grab it and pull, and then kind of wiggle it around until it comes out. Sorry, I forgot to take off the extended front end on mine. What's going to happen now that you have that pin out is that you can pull the front slide off and lift it up. Then you're going to put the frame away for now, up next to the other parts, and then at this point what you're going to do is you're going to pull forward on the barrel assembly, and then you're going to push up on the nozzle, and the nozzle should come pretty much right out. Try to do it a little more carefully than I did there, but now that you've got that out, you have access to the barrel. And again, check and make sure that piston head cup is good. So this one's good. Nice and pliable. I can squish it. So put that off to the side. And then now I'm going to push out the barrel assembly. Like so. Pull it out. And now all I have to do is separate the outer barrel from this feeding path here, and I just pull to the left and then pull on this to the right. Pull it out. Put this off to the side again. And you're going to be able to see your hop-up packing. I'm going to pull the inner barrel outwards, and then it's going to leave the hop-up unit behind. Put that away. And then I'm going to open up the hop-up chamber by just opening it up. And then there's my hop-up packing. Now let's see what kind of condition it's in. I'm going to squish it. Kind of rough. Oh, and it broke apart. So if yours breaks apart, well, you got to get a new one. So this one's dead, and my suspicion is confirmed. So we're just going to throw that in the dead pile over here. Then I'm going to grab a better one that I showed you earlier, and then we're going to put this on either end of the barrel. It doesn't matter, they're both the same. And then what you're going to do now, so we're going to start with the slide reassembly, and then you're going to take the right side of your hop-up chamber and then put the packing right here, and you want the ridge end facing this way. And then you're going to take your other inner barrel chamber and kind of close it all up like so. And you don't have to worry about the hop-up packing or the inner barrel being in a certain direction. You just have to close it around it and then make sure it's all the way in, and then that's good to go. Now I'm going to put it back into the outer barrel set like so, and then now I can restart the slide assembly and put it all back in. Okay, making sure to guide both the outer barrel and then the recoil slide assembly, or recoil spring assembly, back in place. That's an easy one to do. And then we have to get first the nozzle. So let's get the nozzle back in there. Push it in from the back. Push it down. And then you should be able to push it forward. There we go. Alright. So try putting it into the middle. Now you're going to put your piston head inside of the piston, and you can see there's like a fang or like a tab on it. See that tab? You want that tab to go facing downwards from this. You can see there's a hole at the bottom of the piston. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. See? And then just push it in all the way in. Like so. See? Fits in all the way. Then now what you're going to do is put... I forgot my... So I'm just going to put it inside of the spring. Like so. Push it down. Alright, now I'm going to let go of the... I've been holding down the barrel unit this entire time. And then now, while you're going to make sure that the piston head guide, or the piston spring guide is right there. And then you're going to let go of the barrel assembly. And then everything should go back into place like it should. little bit crooked. Push it up. Okay. There. See? That's how it's supposed to go. Alright? So now I've fixed up my hop-up packing, and this, in theory, should shoot correctly now. Just ahead of that part right here, just put it down ahead, and then move it back. You might have to cock the hammer. And then, there we go, okay. So you can see the hole, there's nothing blocking this hole here, right? So what you're going to do now is just push this part inside, facing this way. Push it in, turn to the right, and then one word of caution is to make sure that your spring for the takedown lever pin isn't bent or anything. So make sure you double check that before you try putting the slide back on. Bend it back into its correct orientation if it's bent or crooked or whatever. Okay, so all I have to do now, pull back on the slide a little bit, and then I'm going to put my takedown pin in any particular direction. Push it all the way in, turn it. I'm going to flip or let the slide go, turn over. Then I'm going to put my takedown lever pin with the spring facing to the left. Come on. There we go, push it in. Alright. And when I push it all the way in, it's going to force out the takedown lever pin. So, I'm still pushing on that pin, by the way. All I have to do now is slide the slide back a little bit, and then push down on the takedown pin, and then it went down a little bit, and then while I'm still holding down on that detent button, I'm going to turn it back to its original position, and then I'm going to let go of that button, and let go of the slide. So, here it is, when it's all done on this side, and here it is, when it's all done on that side. See, I can still press the button. It pokes out a little bit, but the slide isn't going to go anywhere. So I've just fixed up a HFC M9 Airstrike 240. That's how you do it.